Tonight on the News at 10, how much are some fans willing to pay for a ticket to the Alabama-LSU football game? Plus some tips from the Tuscaloosa County Sheriff's Office to keep your little ones safe from sexual predators on Halloween.
You're watching Alabama's WVUA News at 10 with your award-winning news team, Claire Huddleston, weather with Richard Scott, and sports with Gary Harris.
Thanks for joining us tonight. This time next week, Tuscaloosa will be buzzing with anticipation for the big Alabama-LSU football game. Tickets for that game are in high demand. WVUA's Cameron West shows us how much people are willing to pay for a ticket.
On the left, Les Miles. On the right.
Experts say this could be the game of the century. The 2011 Alabama vs. LSU game will be the first time the number 1 and number 2 teams have met in SEC regular play. This has caused ticket prices to skyrocket. We found some on StubHub.com for $2,500, but season ticket holder Glenn Dodd says that that's not a good deal.
Anything less than about $500 per ticket, if you can get them for that, you get a pretty good deal.
For some Bama fans, $500 is right on target.
If I had the money, it would be no sky's the limit, but if I had a little money, it'd be $500 a pop.
And when it comes to the student section experience, fans can't agree on a good price.
$300, maybe $250, somewhere around that range.
But I wouldn't pay for $300 to sit in the student section and have beer splashed all over me.
Though fans may not all agree on a price, the one thing they can agree on is their love for the Tide.
Roll Tide, we're number 1 and we'll be national champs. I've seen a lot of teams, and this one makes my heart swell.
Reporting in Tuscaloosa, Cameron West, WVUA News.
WVUA scoured several websites and we found tickets ranging from $300 to $2,500. Now, if you don't want to pay that much, you can watch the game from the comfort of your own home. CBS will televise the game. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. The anticipation is growing each day for the Crimson Tide's big game against LSU, and this year, Bama fans will have a little something extra special. Each Bama fan will get their own shaker for the game. Don Garib owns the Taco Bell franchise in Tuscaloosa. He's donating 85,000 crimson and white shakers for Tide fans to take into Bryant-Denny Stadium. According to a company spokesperson, Garib got the idea when he went to the Penn State game earlier this year and saw how those fans use their shakers. The Alabama Athletics Department says Mrs. Terry Sabin and Garib wanted to help enhance the atmosphere at the Bama-LSU game, and that's how it all came together.
When we go to the games, we see it. Some people have shakers, some don't. And we thought, what a great way to have the stadium look united by everyone having a shaker. And we're like the fans are like the third man on the field. And we wanted to make sure that the fans really had something to get into the game. Not that Alabama fans need anything to get into the game, especially this game.
Taco Bell says UA students and Tuscaloosa residents have supported their restaurants, so that's why they wanted to give fans these props to take cheering to a whole new level. Both Alabama and LSU are off this week, but your home team isn't taking a break. We will still have Crimson Tide kickoff tomorrow morning. Gary Harris and John Huddleston will have previews for all the big SEC matchups, plus interviews and special reports. Crimson Tide kickoff presented by Alpha Insurance starts at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. There was plenty of football action tonight, high school football that is. Be sure to tune into Football Friday right after this newscast. To report your team's final score, call 205-348-7000. Football Friday tonight at 10:35 on WVUA. It's kind of a cold night for high school football. Here with a first look at Alabama's home team forecast is Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott. Hey, Richard.
Hey, Claire, cold and windy on this Friday night. Many of us down in the 50s, 50 degrees, Tuscaloosa 44, and Haleyville 48, over in Birmingham, Anderson 49, Meridian and 49. One of the cooler spots, Greenwood, Mississippi, at 40 at this hour. Still 65 down in Dothan. Now check out the weekend forecast. Mid-60s are likely on Saturday and Sunday. Plenty of sunshine for the weekend. Going to be nice for outdoor activities, but cold at night. Kind of cool during the day, but plenty of sun should help us out in the temperature department. What about the rest of the forecast, though, and Halloween's forecast? Halloween's on Monday. We've got your forecast coming up in home team weather.
T-Town was all about the fur balls tonight, with not one but two parties benefiting the animal shelters in Tuscaloosa. WVUA's Matt McCoy joins us live for the Furry Details. Hey, Matt.
Hey Claire, that's right. The spooky night got started with a party for T-Town Paws and went out with a bang for the Tuscaloosa Metro Animal Shelter. Furball 2011 took on a Fright Night theme with spooky decorations and a silent auction to raise money for Tuscaloosa's animal welfare program. Salons around town collected donations, and image makers and Ulta hair salons showcased some pretty outrageous dues. Last year's event raised about $6,000, and Amy Eifler with T-Town Paws says tonight's event is all about the animal lovers.
The welfare of animals is really important to us, to our mission and what we do, and it's people that support events like this. I know they feel the same way about animals as we do, which makes it so important for us to have events like this and to raise funds to help our animals.
And just on the other side of downtown Tuscaloosa, Halloween took over the Jemison Mansion to help out T-Town Paws. The event was put on to say thanks to the animal shelter for helping a stray animal after the April 27th storm. The night featured some creepy decorations and even a spot to get a haunting picture in front of the historical mansion. Jennifer Earp with T-Town Metro Animal Shelter says this event couldn't have come at a better time.
Always increased donations help us, be able to do things that we're not normally able to do the rest of the year, which is treat more animals that get sick. Buying things for them, food, like I said, goes toward our feeding program. But the biggest thing is the spaying and neutering.
Although they are two separate organizations, members say they're both working towards one goal of animal rescue. You can find out more information about Metro Animal Shelter and T-Town Paws on our website, WVUATV.com. Claire, back to you.
Thank you, Matt. Time is ticking for you to get your Halloween costume. WVUA's Lindsay Price shows us which costumes are flying out the door this year.
From the young to the young at heart, shoppers were out in full force Friday looking for their perfect costume. And one young shopper says he doesn't only get costumes for Halloween, but to wear all year.
I like dressing up for Halloween, and sometimes I do when it's not Halloween. Sometimes when people come over, I dress up in outfits, then when they leave, I take it off.
But choosing just one costume can be hard for some people.
A child can't make up his mind what he wants to be for Halloween, so I'm at a last minute. I have a last-minute costume to buy, so I need a vampire.
Look, it's being for his first trick-or-treat. It's gonna be his first time going out. I usually don't let him be out at night. So it's Halloween.
One shopper from Italy will be celebrating her first Halloween in Tuscaloosa.
It's amazing, simply. I asked to a friend to drive me to a place where I can find like Halloween stuff. But I didn't expect something like this. You can find everything you need, and it's a kind of cool.
We found one college student who says even if you're on a budget, you can still look great.
You're not looking to spend 50, 60, 70 bucks on a costume you're going to wear like once or twice. So yeah, being creative and kind of innovative with the 20, 30 bucks you may have to spend is always something cool to see what you can come up with.
Halloween's just a few days away, but there's still time for you to find your perfect costume. Reporting in Tuscaloosa, Lindsay Price, WVUA News.
According to Heather Ingram with Spirit Halloween, this year's hot costumes include Lady Gaga, the Jersey Shore cast, and superheroes. If you're planning to take your little one trick-or-treating, the Tuscaloosa County Sheriff's Department wants you to be mindful of nearby sex offenders. The Sheriff's Office says there are 231 registered sex offenders in Tuscaloosa County. To see where they live, you can log on to tcsoal.org. You can also sign up to get email notifications if a sex offender moves into your neighborhood. Tomorrow is National Prescription Take-Back Day, and the West Alabama Narcotics Task Force will have 3 locations for you to drop off old drugs so they can be disposed of properly. The Narcotics Task Force will be set up at the Tuscaloosa Police Department on Mill Creek Avenue, the Northport Police Department on 26th Avenue, and the Brunos on McFarland Boulevard. Drop-off times are between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Coming up, we'll tell you about some more events happening this weekend, plus see how Tuscaloosa City School students are giving back to their community.